Cadillac and your local Cadillac dealer proudly present the Senior PGA Tour. In this idyllic setting, South Carolina's Golden Gulf Coast, there are many questions to be answered. Will we crown Jim Albus champion, or will someone else leap from the pack and catch him? With these silky soft hands, Dave Stockton seems to have a solid grasp on his second straight money title. But with a pair of 67s already in the bank, Raymond Floyd still has an outside shot at #1 on the money list, too. There are more millionaires on the senior circuit this year than ever before. Stockton with 3 wins. Trevino with 6 titles early on. Jim Albus also joined that elite group. And Raymond Floyd with 3 tour titles. Jim Colbert will cross the $1 million mark today. And Tom Wargo, he's got a chance, too, to become our 6th millionaire this season. ESPN welcomes you to Myrtle Beach, a unique blend of excitement, entertainment, and retirement, and of course, great golf, spectacular beaches, and offshore, some friends of Flipper, School of Dolphins playing, and the waves. Surf's up this afternoon, so's the temperature, and the wind is down. Final round coverage of the Golf Magazine Senior Tour Championship. 28 of the senior circuit's elite have gathered here. $1.3 million in prize money. The Dunes Golf and Beach Club, a masterpiece designed by Robert Trent Jones. A par 72 layout. Played tough on Friday when the wind howled, but ideal conditions here for the final round. Over 80,000 folks have jammed in here through this week. The forecast: sunny skies, barely a breeze, humidity is up a bit. Perfect weather for the final round. After 54 holes yesterday, Jim Albus, who's won twice this year, 15 under par, set a new course record in Thursday's first round. Raymond Floyd closest to him, almost match play. Thompson, Dent, Wargo, and the rest, personal goals and looking for some cash. Jim Albus started out the day at 15 under par, but at the very first hole, this was his par putt. A bogey at #1 for the man that coming into the final round had only made 3 bogeys in the entire tournament. Raymond Floyd paired with him. Second shot out at the par 4 second hole. After the bogey by Albus, Floyd within striking distance, only 5 shots back. Raymond up there to within 2 feet of the flag. He would make that birdie to draw to within 4. Albus watched that birdie, had a birdie putt of his own at #6. To go back to 15 under par from the fringe, curling from his right to his left and into the heart of the hole, back to 15 under par. Raymond Floyd had some work to be done for his par at #6 to stay within 4. Pushed it off to the right. Floyd with a bogey of his own fell back to 10 under par, and he was suddenly back to 5 shots behind. But at #7, through the shadows, Floyd goes back to 11 under par and back to within 4 shots of Albus's lead. Then at the par 5-8, watch Albus's 3rd shot. Ouch, he chunks it, he chili dips it, he bogeys the 8th hole, and quickly he's back to 14 under par. Same hole, this was Floyd's 3rd shot. Floyd would birdie at #8. Suddenly that 6-shot spread had shrunk down to just 2. Albus, 3rd shot at #10. Second shot at #10. Way offline. So Albus, a bogey at 1, a bogey at 8, and as it trickles off the green, he would wind up with a bogey there at #10. Albus falling to 13 under par. Look at that. Same hole to tie for the lead at 13 under, a 2-shot swing out at #10. Floyd started the day 6 shots back, and after 10 holes, he's dead even with Jim Albus. They go eyeball to eyeball for the first place check, the richest on the senior circuit all year long. Jay Sigel, he owns the biggest comeback in the history of golf, came from 10 down at Ojai to beat Colbert in a playoff. He's drawn to within 4. Tommy Aaron, 7 under par. Stockton looking for the money title. Dent, who won at Birmingham earlier this year. Tom Wargo can join the Millionaires Club later this afternoon. Mike Hill has won this championship twice. And Simon Hobday, our defending champion, 1 under after 14. Raymond Floyd, 13 under par. Floyd and Albus, followed by Andy North and Frank Beard.
Thank you, Jim. Raymond has 133 yards. A little bit of wind from Raymond's right. Just a good solid 9-iron. And boy, he's on fire right now. Going right at the hole.
Well, Jim Albus, contrary to Raymond, is not on fire, and he needs to take a little time here to kind of steady the ship. He's hit a big drive on a tough driving hole, especially after his bogey on 10. But he's taking his time, getting his yardage. He's not in any hurry right now. You know, I don't think Jim has...
Frank Beard, any sense that Albus is starting to feel the pressure, that collar getting a little tight?
I don't think he's choking, if that's what we're getting to. I think it's very difficult to play with a lead. Jim said that earlier this morning in the paper. He's never had a lead this big, and you have to experience that 2 or 3 times. He's not playing the way he has all week, but he's got to make sure the yardage is right there. You know the pin is right in the middle of the green.
That way.
Long or over the green, or to the right, could be disaster again.
One thing we can say about Jim Albus, Frank, when he won at the Vantage at the Dominion wire-to-wire, he beat Trevino by a single shot, going head-to-head with Lee. And we were all there at the Bank of Boston. He beat Trevino, and he beat Floyd head-to-head as well. So, I mean, he's not going to back off even when he's being chased by the game's biggest names.
He's still human. This is a pitching wedge from 120. He's got to get every bit of it into the wind.
So as we welcome you back to this proven vintage golf course with a proven vintage field. Hi again, everybody. The final round. Lots to update you on, of course. The money race. Dave Stockton looking for his 2nd straight money crown. But still, Ray Floyd has a chance. If Raymond were to win this golf tournament this afternoon, and if Stockton were to finish out of the top 9, Raymond would be the money champion. Speaking of Ray Floyd, he's leading in the Cadillac Series. He gets 2 1995 Cadillacs. Trevino gets 1. Colbert gets 1 if things stay just the way they are. And speaking of Lee Trevino, a little bit later on, a special treat. We'll talk with Lee in his Florida home about his surgery and about his impending return in 1995. And you remember the old TV show, The Millionaire, where John Beresford Tipton gave away $1 million? So far this year, 4 millionaires. Colbert has already crossed that barrier. He's finished up his round today. He's number 5. And, of course, Tom Wargo, if he were to earn $72,000, finish 5th or better, he would become the 6th millionaire on the senior circuit so far this year. As we welcome Gary Koch back alongside. About an hour ago, I think everybody would have said, hey, Gary, do you think that Raymond can catch Jim Albus? I think the question now is, can Jim Albus regroup?
Well, I think Jim Albus has got a real task in front of him. There's no question, Jim. In order to regroup, I think he's got to do a couple of things. First of all, he's got to maintain his composure. There's no question about that. He seems to be doing a pretty good job of that out there on the 11th hole right now. Another thing, he needs to focus on his routine. It's been impeccable through the first 3 rounds. And importantly, Jim, and probably the hardest thing to do, he's got to put out of his mind what's happened through these first 10 holes today.
No question about it. Albus, known as Mr. Consistency, the Iron Man on the senior circuit, being followed by Andy North. Frank Beard out there with the last threesome as Albus started the day with a 6-shot lead. It was the biggest on the senior tour all year long in a 72-hole event. But Raymond Floyd, 4 under on the day. They're tied. Today's final round coverage of the Golf Magazine Senior Tour Championship is being brought to you by Cadillac and your Cadillac dealer, creating a higher standard. By Golf Magazine, America's fastest growing golf publication. By Just for Men, the leader in men's hair coloring, blends away gray in 5 minutes. And by Bridgestone Sports and Precept EV Extra Spin, the 2-piece ball played by Nick Price and Ray Floyd.
Only one defined agility like Edwin Moses. one embodied control like Evelyn Ashford. Only one personified endurance like Frank Shorter. Only one runs like this. Seville STS with the North Star system. The great performers are always creating a higher standard.
There's only one golf magazine. Only one golf magazine gives each golfer private lessons every month. Only one golf magazine features the golf course. 18 fast-paced articles on 18 different subjects. And there's only one golf magazine with a monthly article by a guy named Jack. There are other magazines about golf, but there's only one golf magazine. Pick up a copy.
Every golfer knows the rule. Play the ball where it lies.
Nice shot, man.
When you visit South Carolina, you'll see just how enjoyable it can be to play by the rules. Over 200 courses and weather that invites you to play all year round. For your free South Carolina golf guide, call 1-800-872-2102.
Welcome back to our final round coverage of the Golf Magazine Senior Tour Championship. Albus at 13 over par, 2 over par in his final round. Ironically, Albus, who had made only 3 bogeys in the entire tournament, 3 bogeys after 10 holes today. Floyd, you see that, 13 under par, 4 under today, 5 birdies so far, 1 bogey by Floyd. Sigel, 9 under par, trying to get it to 10 under there at 13. Back to 11.
Raymond from 15 feet. A little bit downhill and left to right. The ball's going to break about 4 or 5 inches to his right. I tell you what, once Raymond gets that taste of blood, he's awfully tough to beat. But he knows he's going to have to make 2 or 3 birdies to win this golf tournament. Ooh, there's still a little bit of work left.
At the par 5 13th. Stockton started the day at 3 under par, made the turn at 5, got back to 6 under with back-to-back birdies at 11 and 12.
Little pitching wedge from 108 yards, beautifully played.
Albus to go back to 14 under at 11.
Well, in every round, there's a spot like this where things either get worse or they get better. And I expect this is it for Jim. It's kind of uphill and relatively straight.
Scorching the side of the cup. Frank Beard has some thoughts now on this battle between Jim Albus and Ray Floyd that really has evolved into match play. Beardsy?
If Floyd has a chance of catching Albus today, he's going to have to do something dramatic, like turn it into match play. It's a perfect scenario for Raymond's magic. Jim Albus is longer than Ray off the tee, so Raymond's going to be hitting to the greens first. A couple of early stiff iron shots could get the ball rolling. Raymond's also famous for some of those 25-foot putts where that swagger of his seems to intimidate everybody. And how about the stare? Raymond has this glare that he puts on opponents after he's hit a close iron or made a long putt that says, hey, you're not in the same league with me. Albus, for his part, just can't buy into this. He has to remember what's got him this 6-shot lead and take some confidence from the fact that he's a proven tournament winner with $2 million of prize money in a very short time. So how all of this going to boil out? Well, if you're a Floyd fan, his past magic is going to get you very excited. Me, I find it kind of hard to bet against a man who's on the top of his game and starts the day with a 6-shot lead.
Into the eyes of Mr. Floyd for his par.
After getting very aggressive on his first putt, he still has 3.5 feet. You just can't leave yourself this length putt hole after hole after hole. We've seen Raymond with a lot of them this week.
Get away, Ray. Go ahead, Ray. Put it on, Ray.
Wargo 1 under par on his final round, 6 under for the tournament. Again, if he finishes 5th or better, he'll become our 6th millionaire this year.
Pitching wedge for Tom from 114 yards. Whoa, come on back.
So right now, Albus and Floyd dueling on the backside, all knotted up. It's a great pleasure to welcome our friend Bob Schwartz alongside, the director of marketing for Golf Magazine. And I can say, as a longtime subscriber, I know that Golf Magazine has for a long time been committed to the enjoyment and the playing of better golf.
Absolutely. Since its inception, Golf Magazine has been all about excellence in golf, and whether it's through our instruction pieces and private lessons in the magazine, or through our affiliations with organizations like the PGA Tour, the LPGA, and the USGA, Golf Magazine wants to make sure that the golfers all over enjoy the game, play a better game, and really have fun at it, because that's what it's all about.
And from the birth of this event, from the concept, the drawing board, if you will, to right now in round number 4, a lot of people have worked a long time to make this the huge success it's turned out to be.
Absolutely, and there isn't one person in particular that puts on an event all by themselves. It's really the efforts of hundreds of people. And I'd like at this time to thank on our behalf the folks at Golf Magazine at Myrtle Beach Golf Holiday who have worked tirelessly to get this event here into Myrtle Beach. The people of Myrtle Beach who have been warm and hospitable for the 12 months that we've been working on it. The people at the PGA Tour have also been a great help, and also the volunteers, and there are hundreds of people out there on the course who make sure everyone walks in the right direction and is quiet when they need to be, and we couldn't do it without them. And they're all putting on an event that will ultimately help them, because $200,000 from this event will be donated to local charities at the end of this week.
And of course, Bob, everybody in the golf world was saddened earlier with the passing of really the godfather of this event, Peter Bonanni.
Right. It was Pete's vision, and Pete was our publishing director, and he passed away just prior to the beginning of this event. And it was Pete's dream and vision to have our name on the top of an event such as this, and to see it come to Myrtle Beach. I just want everyone to know that everyone here has made him proud, and I know that he's watching and he's smiling, and it's a beautiful day, and thank you very much.
A great association, Golf Magazine and the Senior PGA Tour, because the members of the senior circuit, role models both on and off the golf course, just like Golf Magazine. Bob, we thank you.
Thank you very much, Jim.
Not such a good effort by Mr. Floyd at 12, Andy.
Well, he was in between clubs, in between a 5 and a 6, and when he's playing real well, he likes to take the longer of the clubs and play a little cut, and he just got over it a little bit and pulled it. He's going to have about 60 feet, 65 feet.
Albus.
It's a perfect 6-iron for Jim. No indecision here. Well, he's made a good swing at this. It's going to be a little left, but it's a good golf shot.
All right, yeah. Good shot.
Well, as we've seen all week long, Albus applying the pressure by putting his iron shot closer to the hole than Floyd. Floyd been struggling with his irons all week.
A moment ago, Jim Dent having his best financial year ever.
And this is a big reason why, Jim. His short game has gotten much better. Putting has improved.
Wargo at 13.
I've seen a lot of players putt the ball from the short fringe around here this week. Well
Quite a
played.
year for Tom Wargo. He won in Houston earlier. He won the British Seniors. He played well in the Merrill Lynch Senior Shootout. You'll see that show on Christmas Day right here on ESPN. One thing you might not know about Myrtle Beach is that it is the birthplace of the most popular sports magazine in the country, Sports Illustrated. Back in 1954, a group of Time Life executives came to Myrtle Beach for a corporate retreat at the Pine Lakes International Country Club. It was there that they came up with the concept for an all-sports magazine, and the rest is history.
The staff at Shaker Run invite you to try Ohio's #1 golf experience, Shaker Run Golf Club. Shaker Run, newly upgraded, offers group and corporate outings, accommodating up to 300. Outings customized to your needs, featuring full catering and bar services, plus a complete pro shop for top quality awards and prizes. Call today for reservations and information. Remember, individual access and privilege cards are now available for the area's #1 golf course, Shaker Run Golf Club.
Monday, tomorrow, 7:30, ESPN.
Jim Dent birdied 12. Here he is at 13 to go to 8 under.
6-footer down the hill. It should move a little left. Good putt.
Stockton second at 14.
6-iron from 171 yards, slightly down the hill. Safely in the center of the green.
There is a giant crowd surrounding the par 3 12th, watching Albus and Floyd in this duel. Look down from the MetLife blimp. That's just part of the folks.
I've been very impressed with the number of galleries all week long, Jim, even on Friday when the weather conditions were certainly less than ideal.
Final round scoring average, 4-round events only. Largo 69.4. Floyd right there 70 even. Albus though in the final round 73. Into the eyes of a tiger.
Raymond has 65 feet. Ball's going to break a little bit to the right at the end. Obviously, this is a putt. He's trying to get the right speed, and the 2-putt would be great. Good run, but he still has 4 or 5 feet left.
At 14, playing with Stockton. Sigel, 9 under.
Yeah, from the right rough, and not the best of angles to come into the flag, which is on the right-hand side of the green, but only an 8-iron. And is coming here. All the greens kind of flowing away.
Looks to me like we've got a little gap there at 13.
Well, no one on the 13th hole, which is the next hole that our leaders will be playing. And
that's a par 5.
And a long one.
Gary, from my position, I see Brian Noggle waiting at the 13th tee for these guys, so they're going to get the word right away.
Albus now very much on the same line as Ray Floyd's putt. That looked like a pretty good stroke right there, fans.
Is that one of those South American putts? One more revolution?
Well, that was good, Kel. I like that.
Well, it might be appropriate next week. We've got 4-round coverage of the Mexican Open as our ESPN golf team will be on the move. Andy North is playing down there. Now, Rocky, kind of the forgotten man here. 5 under par, 1 over on his final round. Had a good year, though.
Rocky's got about a 12-footer. It's going to come straight up the hill once he gets the fly off the ball. Rocky just hadn't played very well today. These two fellows have overshadowed him. He just kind of settled off in the dust somewhere.
At 14. Sigel from the fringe.
Now, Jay with 2 options here. Either try to lob the ball up on the green or play a low bump shot, which he decided to do and did it nicely.
And a chance to tap in for his par and stay at 9 under par. 4 off the lead, 5 under on his final round. I'll bet you that's Ray Floyd's ball.
Well, it's interesting that he is not using the name of the ball to line up the putt. A lot of players do that. Jim kind of pushed the name in the direction that they want the putt to start. Raymond using the name to focus on. Pretty solid stroke there.
So after 12 holes, Albus 2 over par, Floyd 4 under par, all knotted up, still 13 under. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina is the golfing mecca of the East Coast. There are over 80 golf courses within a 20-mile radius. The Dunes Golf and Beach Club is arguably the finest course on the Grand Strand, but it all began at the Pine Lake International Country Club, affectionately known as the Granddaddy. Built back in 1927 by Robert White, a Scotsman who was the first president of the PGA of America, it is the first and oldest golf course here in Myrtle Beach. The club's Scottish heritage continues today as club employees are decked out in historic attire. And one of the most popular aspects of the Granddad, the clam chowder.
We're to the Granddaddy 7th hole, gentlemen. This is where we serve all the golfers the world-famous Low Country Manhattan clam chowder, knowing to put an extra 30 yards into your drive. And we do it with a little wine called sherry, and that put a pep in your step. All you swing through. All right. You keep doing, okay, that's my man right there. Wow. Okay, gentlemen, y'all enjoy your
The next course built here in Myrtle Beach was the Dunes. The Robert Trent Jones design is both beautiful and challenging. Its famed 13th hole, called Waterloo, has tempted golfers for over 40 years. The legacy of the Pine Lakes and the Dunes was the impetus for unbelievable growth here in Myrtle Beach. Today, many of the Senior Tour's best have added their mark to Myrtle Beach. Raymond Floyd's Arrowhead Country Club had its grand opening with Raymond there earlier in the week. Another course by a Senior Tour star is Gary Player's signature course, Blackmore, located in southern Myrtle Beach. Player's design takes full advantage of the natural terrain. There's even a golf course by the most famous Senior Tour architect, Jack Nicklaus, whose Pawleys Plantation Country Club is among the finest courses you'll find anywhere. Myrtle Beach, rich tradition and continued growth make it a golfing treasure worthy of your discovery.
Albus has had a chance to kind of weather the storm here for a couple of holes, and now he's got to put something in gear himself. Good hole for him with his length. He can get very close in two. That's a perfect drive.
And a moment before, this was Floyd.
Raymond going with a 3-wood. He only needs to get out here about 250 yards. You don't gain any distance by hitting it any further. Right down the middle, perfect position.
Dave Stockton has made 3 birdies in a row, this to go to 8 under.
Very straight putt here, Jim. Just right up the hill. Could it be another one? Oh, man.
5 under par today. I think maybe Stockton looked up at that leaderboard and saw Floyd tied for the lead. Stockton in the race for the money title, his 2nd in a row, maybe.
Can a 2-piece ball compete on the tour? Just ask Nick Price how it worked over there. And over here. The Precept EV Extra Spin. Just imagine what it can do for you.
Each morning in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, the sun rises over one of the greatest collections of golf courses anywhere. Over 80 championship courses designed by the masters. You can play them all. And as the sun goes down, the stars come out in Myrtle Beach. For sun, fun, and vacation packages with the finest quality and value in golf, call 1-800-272-2345 for your free Myrtle Beach Golf Vacation Planner. And see why Myrtle Beach, South Carolina is America's favorite golf resort.
Hey, Follies fans, pull up a chair and sit down, because you don't want to miss Sports Illustrated's fabulous Follies Fun Pack. Featuring 2 amazing new videos, basketball's NBA Rewind, plus the NFL's 100 Greatest Follies, both free with your paid subscription to SI. In NBA Rewind, Ahmad is always near.
Working here.
NBA stars will do this, and also that. In the NFL's 100 Greatest Follies, you get the funniest of all time. So hang on to your shirt, because this could hurt. Call now, and Jolly Ball is what you'll see. It comes in your fun pack free. Get 54 issues of SI for only $1.47 an issue. Save over 50% off the cover price. Use your credit card. SI in your free fun pack make great gifts. Check a leg. Call now and get both fun pack videos free from SI. There is nothing in the world like Sports Illustrated. Get into it.
Can a 2-piece ball compete on the tour? Just ask Nick Price how it worked over there. And over here. The Precept EV Extra Spin. Just imagine what it can do for you.
Jim Dent, birdie putt to go to 9 under at 14. Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
3 in a row. Dent, 9 under par for the championship. 3 under in his final round.
He has putted extremely well all week long.
And at 15, after 4 birdies in a row, second shot by Stockton.
Now, Dave does not have the length to reach this green in 2, but he has played the hole this way every day, electing to get the ball as close as he can to the green.
You can see the flagstick is perfectly still there. We've got great conditions again. 3 out of the 4 days. Friday, of course, it was awfully tough. Blustery cold, in fact, down to 40 degrees with a wind chill factor. Ski hats and gloves. Almost time for the turtlenecks and the ski equipment. Good scoring today. Kiefer a 4 under round. Likewise, DeWitt Weaver and Jim Colbert. Weiskopf 5 under par today. So you can see scores are way down. And Chi-Chi's streak of 8 straight years with a victory has ended. Likewise, George Archer, who's won 5 years in a row. Mike Hill missed his par putt at 14. He'll fall back to 5 under. Mike, who's won this championship twice, both years in Puerto Rico, 1 under today.
And looking forward to going home and doing some deer hunting very shortly.
Took about a month off and was deer and pheasant hunting back home in Brooklyn, Michigan, watching the leaves change color and spending some time with wife Sandy. Siegel.
Now, Jay does have the length to reach this hole in 2, Jim. 238 yards to the front edge of the green. And we saw him use that length yesterday on this back 9 to shoot a very low score. Pin today in the kind of back middle right portion of the green.
Be on. Get on.
Sounds like somebody likes it. Oh, well, maybe a double eagle. Oh, man. That'll get your score down in a hurry, Jim. That puts him 12 under par, I believe.
Did they hear the roar?
They sure did. 101 yards, Raymond with his middle wedge. This ball should have got a bit of spin on it. A little more than he wanted.
Well, again, Andy, Raymond just not quite on with his irons. Normally, Ray Floyd, with that club in his hand, be no more than 10 feet from the hole.
Now Albus. What's he waiting on, guys?
Actually, Rocky Thompson hitting the way the right side of the fairway. Now, Albus has got 98 yards. This is a big sand wedge out of the light rough. May not be able to spin it here, so if the ball hits just short, it should work right to the pin. Now that's going to leave him a tough downhill putt from there.
We talk about Jim Albus and Mr. Consistency, his pre-shot routine. Gary?
Yeah, just amazing. And I touched on it, how consistent it's been all week long. On the right, or on our left side here, we've got him hitting a 50-yard wedge. On the right, a 3-wood. Notice the one little practice swing. Settles in behind the ball. One waggle. A second waggle. He settles in. And away goes the club. How about that? Talk about consistency. If you had a stopwatch on it, would be within hundredths of a second. 2 entirely different shots with one routine.
All right, another look. Double eagle.
Now, Jim, this is probably the rarest shot in golf, the albatross.
Get on. On it. Turn over.
You want a storyline? That man started out today 11 shots behind Jim Albus. Now he's only one off the lead. And he owns the biggest comeback in the history of pro golf.
And that was 10 shots, and now he's trying to make it another one.
What a great finale in the season-ending Golf Magazine Senior Tour Championship. Stockton, third shot at the par 5 15th.
Get up.
Sand wedge shot from 98 yards. Safely on, but
Aerial pictures from overhead being provided by our friends at MetLife. Snoopy 1 up there under the captainship of Tony Stevenson and Russ Adams, traveling about 60,000 miles a year to cover sporting events and television specials. And a great job they do all year long on the Senior Tour and the regular circuit as well. From the MetLife blimp down to the green at 13. Albus.
Jim has a very quick putt down this hill, and it moves right to left. That's kind of hard to read. He has to play this outside the hole and let it go to the right, left.
Get off me.
Jim Albus, a wire-to-wire winner, holding off Trevino. And then at the Bank of Boston, beating Trevino again and Raymond Floyd. Those two went eyeball to eyeball. 2 victories, our 4th millionaire this season. Rocky Thompson's birdie putt to go back to 6 under.
Is that right? Have a look.
And again, a happy 51st birthday to the man that just provided us with that double eagle. Well, you start out the day, you're 11 shots off the lead. You've got 3 holes to go, and you're trailing by 1. $240,000 for first.
And Jim, 3 pretty easy holes at 16, 17, and 18. Birdie's certainly a possibility.
Raymond's going to be next. Raymond has 18 feet. As Frank was alluding to earlier, we were out here putting on the screen this morning. There's a big mound to Raymond's right, and it surely looks like the ball should have to go from right to left, and it shocked us. The balls actually stayed straight, and some of them even broke to the right. So if Raymond misses his ball, I'll guarantee it's on the right of the hole.
He got fooled. You could tell by his hand signal.
And at 15, Stockton to go to 9 under par.
This putt slightly uphill, moving a little bit from Dave's left to right at the end for 5 in a row. Yes, sir.
Albus tapped in. Boy, I tell you, Floyd and Albus are going to start looking over their shoulders at Stockton and Siegel. They're on a tear. Birdies and double eagles.
It's got to be straight.
What I love most of all about the King Cobra is the flight of the driver.
It's got to be long.
When you hit it solid, you pick up that extra 8 to 12 yards.
I'm hitting more good-looking shots than I've ever hit. I wish I'd have made this move a long time ago.
3 aside after that one.
I like it.
Direction, stability, and distance. King Cobra is oversized.
Get used to it.
If
I were to design my dream course, it'd be one of a kind. All the tees would have club chairs instead of benches. Perfect for the laid-back player. There'd be a snack bar in every hole. The leaderboards would show something other than the leaders. So don't forget your TV guide. And every golf cart would be a Cadillac Seville STS. It features a 300 horsepower North Star V8. But what's the rush? Besides, wait till you try the seats.
We're in show business. We're having fun. We're ringmasters in one of the greatest circuses of all time. Wow, that's great. California has a very special meaning around the world. It's about freedom. It's about choices. How about a pizza with potato on it? Peking duck. Thai chicken. We have watched where businesses have limited ways in which the customer pays. And when our customer reaches for an American Express card, we gladly accept it.
American Express is welcome to wherever fresh ideas are cooking. So dine out, America.
The field is so deep now in tennis, and there's so much to enjoy. You see two guys digging so deep inside themselves that they push you to a new level.
The IBM ATP Tour Championship on ESPN.
On the tee at 14, Albus tied for the lead.
Jim has driven the ball down the left side of this fairway 3 straight days. A little bit, and left side of the fairway is a little bit more downhill. You get a little bit more run after the first bounce. Just absolutely perfectly hit again.
And that is long, Andy. Par 4, 14th at 410 yards long. Players must avoid these large fairway bunkers right there on the corner. Hold dog legs ever so slightly from right to left around those. Where Jim Albus drove it, he's just going to have a short iron left into this green. The pin today is in the kind of back right portion of the green. Anything a little past the hole will tend to run right off the green.
It's been the 5th hardest hole here this week, surrendering only 7 birdies. There have been 13 bogeys and 2 doubles.
Well, and that makes it actually, Jim, the hardest hole on the back 9. Andy, do you get the sense at all that these guys realize Sigel has made this double eagle?
I believe they sure know he has.
I know the crowd all around them does. Some way they found out.
Yeah, everybody's humming about it right now. I'll tell you, they've got to get playing, because if they're not careful, Sigel's going to sneak right up on them. He'll be in, and they'll still have 3 or 4 holes to play. Raymond's nailed it right down the middle, not nearly as long as Albus.
Jim Dent, 6 straight years. He's led the senior circuit in driving distance, going for it.
Well, you better believe he can get it there if anybody can. 241 yards to the front. Oh, carried it right over the bunker. Nice shot.
He's birdied 3 in a row. Wargo, 7 under, 3rd shot.
Sand wedge from 97 yards, and Mr. Wargo needs to get going here if he's going to finish in the top 5 and earn his $1 million for the year.
The 12 belongs to Jay after that double eagle. Usually up there on our leaderboard, Lee Trevino, you know the story, out for the year with surgery. I spoke with him earlier. Here's an update. So, Lee, obviously, the first question, how'd the surgery go and how you feeling?
Well, the surgery went great, Jim. No problem. Had a disc taken out, 6 and 7. Had a bone put in and had a plate put in my throat to hold everything in place. So I should be back into the swing of things right before Christmas, at least with my collar off and being able to hit the putts and probably hit the shot.
I know that except for the shower, you've got to keep the brace on almost all the time, right?
Well, as a matter of fact, I have to take a shower with it on, and then I take it off right before I come out so I can wash my neck and shave, and then I have to put it on immediately after I get out. Yeah.
Are you going a little stir crazy, being cabin fevered as much as you're inside now?
Oh, if it wasn't for these 2 great kids I've got, you know, Daniel is keeping me very, very busy. I look forward to it. It's a routine. I got to take my hat off to all the mothers in this world, boy. I don't know. I don't know how they do it, Jim.
Now, what did I hear? You're on Nutrisystem, you're shedding some pounds, and you and Herman are walking about 6-7 miles every day?
Yeah, well, Herman's walking 3 miles with me in the morning, and then I'm walking again in the afternoon, sometimes 2 more times. So 6 miles is usually about my limit, but sometimes I go a little bit farther than that. But I got a little bit heavy, and I think this might have been what caused this injury. I did it in July before I went to the British Open, but yeah, I'd like to get down to what I was when I came out in 1990, which was I was about 180 pounds. I need to take about 20 pounds off, so I am on that, yeah.
Optimistic, excited for 95, anxious to get back?
Well, yeah, very much so. I miss those guys so much out there. You know, that's my family, those guys out there, and I spend so much time around them, and I enjoy competing against them and being with them, and I missed it. I miss the competition. I certainly do.
Lee, have you set a target date at all for your return?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Tournament of Champions in Puerto Rico. I don't know if I'll be 100%, but I should be able to play. Bump and run tight golf course. If I don't catch it wet, I should have a chance there.
All right, from all of us, you and Claudia and the kids, have a great holiday season, and we hope to see you in Puerto Rico.
Hey, guys, thanks very much. Be watching you today. Thank you.
You know, I'm not sure. You go back a couple of years ago when Trevino won 7 times. I'm not sure anybody on the senior circuit will be that dominant again, to be able to win 7 tournaments given the competition.
Well, it seems to get better and better every year.
Wargo. He is indeed the Iron Man. This is 112 official rounds, 44 in a row, 36th event for Wargo.
Putt's going to move to his right, Jim, and as we've seen him do a lot this week, he's moved on it. Head came up quickly. Just not had a good putting week.
We'll take a look at the 14th as Gary's Telestrator is presented by Just for Men. Blends away gray in 5 minutes.
All right, the reason why the pin placement today at 14 is so good, anything behind the hole has a tendency to run off. Anything to the right of the hole has a tendency to run off. And we've got a little low area here. Anything short will come back this way, so they really only have this little area right here that they're trying to shoot into if they're going to get the ball close and have a chance to make birdie.
Floyd ready to fire.
151 yards, big 8-iron. And he knows he doesn't want to get too aggressive and not get past the hole.
See as good as it looks.
Three under today, a moment ago. Dent from the fringe at 15.
And we saw him make a putt from about this same location on Friday's round. That's not going to get there.
At 16, Stockton's second shot. He's birdied 4 in a row. He's 9 under.
That's a 9-iron from 126.
I'll tell you, these two are pulling each other along, Jay and Dave.
Siggles hitting a big pitching wedge from 126 also.
Back to 14.
Albus 121 yards, big pitching wedge. It's a little bit left. Yeah, a foot.
Are we seeing some great golf and a great championship, or what? The final round of the Golf Magazine Senior Tour Championship. Birdie putts by Floyd, by Albus, by Stockton, and Siegel. Stick around.
I really didn't want my husband to color his gray hair.
But then I discovered this, the hair coloring called Just for Men.
And now he looks better than ever.
Simply apply Just for Men, and in 5 minutes, rinse. Just for Men blends away the gray for a totally natural look. No wonder 8 out of 10 women prefer the Just for Men look to the gray look.
It's like you took off 10 years.
And in just 5 minutes.
Just for Men. She'll love the way you look.
Oh, well, I'm the kind of light that likes to bend around. You can point me left or right, or hang me upside down. But I'm not the kind of light you have to hang on to. Just use me when you need 3 hands, but you've got only 2. Cause I'm the snake light. They call me the snake light.
It's the hands-free flexible flashlight, new from Black & Decker.
Yeah, well, the snake lights from Black & Decker. We get around, 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 around.
Floyd at 14. Andy?
14 feet. It's going up the hill, and the ball should slide slightly from his left to right.
That one never had a shot.
He pushed it, Jim, as soon as he hit it.
Sigel to go to 13 under at 16. He's on course to break the course record set by Albus Thursday's first round. This to go to 9 under on the day. Oh, yes. A double eagle at 15, a birdie at 16, 9 under par today, 13 under. He's tied for the lead. He started out the day 11 shots back. Floyd for his par, and he's heard the roar.
He looks like he's having trouble getting settled in on some of these putts. He's really been working hard to get his hands forward in the strokes. And when he does that, he seems to hit really solid putts.
And in slow motion, take a look incoming. This is Jim Albus' shot. One bounce, hits the flagstick. And a tap in for Albus. He says, finally, thank you. 16, Frank.
Well, this man's only had one thing on his mind all week, the money title. He's matching Floyd birdie for birdie. I think he's pretty well got it locked up, don't you think, Gary? If he finishes the 8th or better, I think.
I think so. You know, Floyd would have to win, and he has to finish worse than 9th. And with 5 birdies in a row, I think he's going to do that.
One of the game's great putters right there on these Robert Trent Jones designed greens with some interesting characteristics. To explain, here's Andy again.
When the tour comes to a Trent Jones designed golf course, the one thing the players will know for sure, they're going to be faced with greens with large mounds and ridges in them. I'm at the 16th green, and this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. 16 has a large mound right in the middle of the green. It slopes off in all the directions. The pin placements will end up being around this mound. Now, if a player doesn't get his ball in the proper level, he's going to be faced with a putt that's got to go up over this mound and then back down. It's going to be slow and then very fast with a huge break. For a player to make birdies today, he has to have his ball on the proper level.
Albus has been on the proper level almost all 4 days. I mean, he's admitted that the key to his success here has been the approach shots and the good club selection. And, Gary, you point out the back 9, eh?
Yeah, he's 11 under par on that back 9 through the first 3 rounds.
Also, guys, he's been playing his second shots out of the dead middle of the fairway. And as soon as we say that, he's hit this one to the right. It looks like it's going to catch one of the fairway bunkers. No, it stayed just in between. He'll have to lay up. No chance to knock it on from there. A little bit of breeze has come up now into the players. I'm not so sure they're going to be able to knock it on the green.
Of course, we just saw Jim Dent knock it on moments ago, but these guys are not as long as Jim Dent. No one on the senior tour is.
Dent, by the way, tapped in for his birdie. He's had 4 in a row, and he's at 10 under.
Raymond's nailed it right down the middle of the fairway.
How about Tommy Aaron? He's 5 under par. This to go to 8 under. He'll stay at 7. Largo's still at 7. Tom needs 72,000 to become our 6th millionaire. Colbert did it earlier. He was number 5. The 1994 Senior PGA Tour has 8 multiple winners so far in 1994. Lee Trevino won the most with 6 victories in a 6-month span. Raymond Floyd claimed his 3 victories before the month of June even began. Dave Stockton took home 3 victories, including his 2nd Ford Senior Players Championship. Jim Colbert, Jim Albus, Simon Hovde, Isawa Oki, Larry Gilbert, and Bob Murphy all captured 2 victories in 1994.
All these balls come with a solid core. But the one ball more golfers play comes with the spin of a wound core. #1 on tour-like spin, the Titleist DT. And now the DT is new again. With a softer cut-through cover for even more of the spin, feel, and control wound ball technology is famous for. The new Titleist DT. More good reasons more golfers play this ball than any other ball in the game.
I can't get enough golf. And if I had it my way, the whole United States would be my course. First hole would be the Grand Canyon, a long par 4 with a big bunker to carry.
Want to play for money? The tight fairways of Wall Street's the place. Now, getting around my course will take some doing.
So, every golfer would have a Cadillac DeVille Concours.
It's roomy, comfortable, and with its 275 horsepower North Star V8,
you'll be home before dinner. Is this a great course or what?
PGA Tour Partners is something you'll want to join. You'll be helping a lot more than just your golf game. You'll help people like Rosemary Scout, Larry Ligman, Troy Robinson. You see, the Partners Program supports over 900 local charities each year, helping people in communities like yours all over the country.
Call 1-800-242-7771 to join the PGA Tour.
Mike Hill, 6 under par, second shot a moment ago. After that month layoff, he said he went back home, totally lost interest in playing golf, wanted to smell the roses, watch the leaves change color. Didn't take him long to get the rust off.
No, it certainly doesn't.
Dent, 4 birdies in a row, 10 under at 16.
Little three-quarter pitching wedge from 114 yards. Got to carry the ball up on top. And as Andy Norris showed us, that ball not making it up, that will leave that uphill putt with a lot of break.
Floyd, second shot, 15.
Raymond has 254 yards to the front of the green. I think he's just trying to get it up there as close to the green as he possibly can. I don't believe he thinks he can knock it out. Good solid shot in the middle of the fairway. What breeze there is has come up straight off the ocean right now, Gary, so they're playing the same wind conditions they had the very first day.
And that is pretty much the prevailing wind and the way the golf course was designed.
Jay on the tee at 17. He is 9 under par today, 1 off the lead.
That's a big 7-iron for Jay. It's going to be a little left. But the way he's been putting, that's well within his range.
Dent, everybody talks about his long game. Hey, he's number 5 on the tour this year in putting.
And there you see the difficulty of not being on the right level of the green. Speed, very tough to judge.
Mr. Wargo's got to get going and make some birdies. He needs to finish 5th or better to be our 6th millionaire this season. Great tennis action coming up. The ATP World Championship from Frankfurt, Germany. Cliff Drysdale, Mary Carrillo, and Fred Stolle will all be there. An elite 8-man field expected to play. Pete Sampras, Boris Becker, Andre Agassi, and Michael Chang, along with Stefan Edberg. Speaking of Wargo, and speaking of birdie tries.
Putt going up the hill, moving a little left to right. That was a little better stroke. And frustration starting to show a little bit. He's played an awful lot of golf.
Stockton missed that short birdie putt. Here he is at 17.
Well, I think although voting will be close, we're looking at the player of the year here. He sure has played well, and he's met the challenge this week. This is 6-iron for him. I'd better get up a little bit. Well, that shot didn't look like the player of the year, but that's one of the few bad ones he's hit all year long.
And that is plugged up in the face of that bunker. That is ugly.
Mike Hill to go to 7 under at 16.
A little change in his putting routine. Started at the middle of the day yesterday, placing the putter down in front of the ball, then putting it back. And knocking it in.
At 15, that's where Jim Albus is laid up.
Jim has 101 yards to the hole. Just a nice little 3/4 pitching wedge. There's a little slope behind this pin. If he carries it all the way to the hole, it should stop very quickly. What a great shot.
Now, he certainly has regrouped. We asked the question at the top of the show, would he be able to do it? He certainly has. Maintained his composure, kept his routine intact. A couple of great iron shots now.
Pressure shifting over now to this man.
Well, Raymond has 55 yards to the hole. He wants to carry this ball probably 15 to 20 feet short of the hole. One skip, and the ball will have some spin on it. This is more of a pitch and run than a lob shot from this distance. He's got to be careful with the first hop on the green. The green slopes away from him a little bit at that point.
Oh, baby, are we seeing some golf today? In playground nomenclature, that might be in your face. Floyd with a tap-in birdie. What a duel.
The staff at Shaker Run invite you to try Ohio's #1 golf experience, Shaker Run Golf Club. Shaker Run, newly upgraded, offers group and corporate outings, accommodating up to 300. Outings customized to your needs, featuring full catering and bar services, plus a complete pro shop for top quality awards and prizes. Call today for reservations and information. Remember, individual access and privilege cards are now available for the area's #1 golf course, Shaker Run Golf Club.
Great action to shot, full highlight. He just could go all the way.
NFL Primetime, tonight at 7 on ESPN.
The seaside golf capital of the world, the Grand Strand, stretching some 60 miles from its humble beginnings as a small beach community in the 40s. A half a century later, it's the East Coast's favorite family vacation destination and one of the premier golf resorts in the world. He's learning early from high overhead. You look down on a masterpiece, this Robert Trent Jones designed golf course, and how they're playing today. Jay Siegel, he's had a double eagle, he's had an eagle, and he's 9 under par on course for a new course record. Albus to go to 15 under at 15.
This is where he has been rock solid all week long. Oh, that stroke a little quick. Looked like he came out of it a little bit. That's nerves. That's all that is. That is nerves. We have not seen him make a stroke like that for the first 3 rounds.
Raymond tapped in. They're tied at 14 under. They both got a 1-shot lead over Jay, who's 2 groups ahead. Jay at 17 has a chance for a birdie to tie for the lead, but a moment ago this was Stockton with an ugly lie in the bunker.
Yeah, buried right in the face, Jim, taking a pitching wedge and just trying to slam the club into the sand. No follow through. This is really a wonderful shot.
Now to tie for the lead. Frank?
Well, one of the few flat greens in the Jones design course here. Not much movement. May go a little bit to his right, a little bit downhill. He's had a beautiful stroke this backside.
Wow.
That wasn't one of them.
And I've got to think perhaps.
Great golf shots provided by great cameramen. As this ESPN golf season comes to a close here today, all of us that are on camera, the Poloettes, Gary and Frank and I, Andy, of course, would like to take this opportunity to thank the entire crew for their hard work and dedication throughout the year. We are very fortunate to have the best crew in all of television. Lucky enough to call them our friends as well as our work colleagues. From all of us and from all of you who are watching the telecast, we say thanks, guys, for a great year. Floyd tied for the lead, 3 to go in regulation. Andy?
Raymond with an iron. The key here is to put the ball out here where you have 120, 125 yards left to the hole in the fairway. At this point in time, you don't want to get too cute. Just get the ball down the fairway. Which he's done beautifully.
Stockton for his par at 17.
Jim.
Tied for the lead, Albus at 16.
Again, he's been playing 4 woods off this hole all week long, just to put it in the fairway. He's got it down the right center. Should be just perfect.
But cameras aren't allowed.
Okay, Jim.
Albus and Floyd eyeball to eyeball, 14 under par. And the man that started out the day 11 shots back, Jay Sigel, only trails by 1. Ocean Dunes is one of Myrtle Beach's most popular golf resort hotels. Located right on the water, the hotel offers spectacular views of the Atlantic Ocean, and you're just steps away from its white sandy shore. If you venture off the beach, you could spend the day by one of the many pools or take in lunch at the poolside cafe. Maybe you'd like to test your skill at Bogey's Back Alley Arcade, or perhaps feast on some California-style pizza. How about a game of tennis at one of the local clubs? And, of course, there's plenty of great golf at one of the best of the 80 Grand Strand golf courses.
There's only one golf magazine. Only one golf magazine gives each golfer private lessons every month. Only one golf magazine features the golf course. 18 fast-paced articles on 18 different subjects. And there's only one golf magazine with a monthly article by a guy named Jack. There are other magazines about golf, but there's only one golf magazine. Pick up a copy.
To us, quality isn't everything, it's the only thing. When J.D. Power and Associates ranked Cadillac the best overall car line for vehicle dependability at 5 years of ownership, we believe that said a lot about our commitment to our customers for the long run. It's an honor everyone here can share because all of our workforce was part of making it happen. I'm as proud of our teamwork as I am of the award, and so is my company, Cadillac.
Every golfer knows the rule. Play the ball where it lies.
Nice job, man.
When you visit South Carolina, you'll see just how enjoyable it can be to play by the rules. Over 200 courses and weather that invites you to play all year round. For your free South Carolina golf guide, call 1-800-872-2102.
This is going to be the longest ball you ever hit. The new Pinnacle. No ball goes farther.
This is the Callaway Big Bertha Divine 9 wood with the same Warbird sole plate as the Callaway 7 wood. And you know how great that club is. Try it. You'll love it.
Big Bertha Divine 9 at fine golf shops.
Dent, 10 under par at 17.
Beautiful, beautiful little 3/4 6-iron from Jim Dent.
A 1994 Cadillac. If anybody makes a hole-in-one here today. Amateur made one in the Pro-Am on Wednesday. Donated the car to one of the local charities.
And with Stockton making a bogey on this 17th hole and falling to 8 under, it opens the door for Wargo to maybe make a birdie or two coming in and still get his $1 million for the year, Jim. Well, maybe you'll get them both right here. Great shot.
Tom 2 under today and 7 under for the championship. Albus at 16.
Albus has 142 yards, just a nice little 3/4 8-iron. If the ball's a little bit left of the hole, it should come back to the hole, and it's about a little bit to the right of the hole, it'll come left to the hole. Oh, he's on the wrong side of the knob, but it stayed there.
Still going to be a putt with quite a bit of break in it, Andy.
Jay on the tee at 18, 9 under today, and trailing by 1.
He's got a fairway wood here. He hit it plenty far.
I knew it was coming. I should have stopped.
Back to 16.
It's Raymond from 132. Just a good 9-iron. Expect this ball to be close. Well, it looks it.
And at 18, closing in on his second straight money title, Stockton.
Well, he likes that, I would say, Jim. Anytime a player reaches down to pick up his tee that quickly, he's happy.
Tommy Aaron up on the green at 18 to finish at 8 under. He'll tap in 5 under par 67, 7 under par, and right now Tommy Aaron is tied for 6th, so he's looking at about $47,000 and some change. Albus and Floyd.
Only one defined agility like Edwin Moses. Only one embodied control like Evelyn Ashford. Only one personified endurance like Frank Shorter. Only one runs like this. Seville STS with the North Star system. The great performers are always creating a higher standard.
Each morning in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, the sun rises over one of the greatest collections of golf courses anywhere. Over 80 championship courses designed by the masters. You can play them all. And as the sun goes down, the stars come out in Myrtle Beach. For sun, fun, and vacation packages with the finest quality and value in golf, call 1-800-272-2345 for your free Myrtle Beach Golf Vacation Planner. And see why Myrtle Beach, South Carolina is America's favorite golf resort.
Make your money work harder than ever. Call now for your free Wall Street Journal Guide to Understanding Money and Investing. It focuses on financial markets so you can make informed choices. Call now to get your guide free when you subscribe to the Wall Street Journal, where you'll find information you need to get ahead. Get 10 weeks of the journal for just $36 and the guide to Understanding Money and Investing free with your paid subscription. Call toll-free 800-332-1800. That's 800-332-1800.
Wednesday night at 9:30 Eastern, knockout artists Jeremy Williams and Levi Phillips go toe-to-toe. Top Rank Boxing on ESPN.
Stockton second at 18.
8 iron from 153. Pins right on the front of the green.
Hard left. Come on down.
That ball may work all the way back down to the hole. What's this?
Gary's Illustrator, presented by Just for Men, blends away gray in 5 minutes.
Well, I think this 18th hole could prove to be the one that determines this championship. The reason why, notice how the fairway gets tighter and tighter as it goes down. And if you drive down here too far, you end up with a downhill lie to that pin just over the lake. What I would like to see is these players playing a little less than a driver off the tee into this wider area and then going from there. It'll be interesting to see when we get Floyd and Albus here what they decide to go with off the tee.
Albus at 16.
Jim's ball ended up right on top of the mound we talked about earlier in the program. He's going to have 18 feet. It's going to be slick, and the ball's going to break a lot from his right to his left.
Sigel's second shot at 18.
That's a perfect 9 iron for Jay. That should do almost exactly what Stockton's ball did. All the way back down.
And that putt to go to 14 under and tie for the lead, that would be for a 10 under par 62. Birdie putt at 16 to take the lead.
Just get the line, pick the right speed.
That was kind of the putt Andy North showed you on that piece. We're talking about the greens here, designed by Robert Trent Jones. Wargo, birdie putt at 17.
Got to be put in the left corner of the hole. Good stroke. All right. He's still got a chance for his million.
He's smelling that cash. Now Floyd to take the lead.
All right, let's take a look now as Raymond Floyd goes through his pre-shot routine before he hits this putt. And this is where Raymond says he has improved now after that little mini slump he had through the summer. He'll place the putter down behind the ball, get it lined up exactly where he wants it, and then the putter blade will never move again. He'll shift his feet around, and he'll get comfortable, but the putter blade position will not change. the little slump that he went through. He said he was guilty of letting that putter blade change position. So now he's got it set. It will not move, even though his feet are moving, even though his hands are moving. He's trying to get the hands ahead. A little bit left to right.
Jim Dent to go to 11 under. This at 17. He's 5 under today. He's leapfrogging over some folks too. Again, $1.3 million plus in prize money here. The season-ending Golf Magazine Senior Tour Championship. And what a final round we are seeing by Jay Sigel. He's got a birdie putt for a 62. He shot a 62 at Ojai. Final round, GTE West Classic beat Colbert in a playoff. We've touched on the fact that the first place check, the biggest on the senior tour all year. Look at that, second money, 141. No thoughts at all of second for Raymond Floyd. He's in a head-to-head duel with Albus, and Jay trails by 1. Well, we've got some great hoop actions coming up here on ESPN, starting 7:30 Eastern Time, Wednesday the 16th, George Washington, up at the Carrier Dome in Syracuse, and then first round action, New Mexico State at USC. That'll be at midnight Eastern Time. Back to Dent.
Well, Dent not holding back. That's a driver, and that is long. That's all the way down to the downhill area.
The last threesome on the tee at the par 3 17th, 172 yards today, no wind at all.
There are sure a lot of people out here right now. This is incredible. It's been a great week for galleries, and these guys are showing them some fantastic golf. Should be just a good solid 6-iron for Raymond. Gary, a little problem the players have right now. The sun's starting to set, and they are shooting back up into the sun a little bit here.
Well, we just had Mike Hill's group right in front of these guys. Mike hit his tee shot and had to ask his caddy, Eddie, where'd it go? He never saw it. Looked right up into the sun. And I think with the pin actually sitting in the shadow of our TV tower, probably makes it even that much harder to pick out your exact target.
No, that's the right club.
I know, Gary, whenever I had to hit into the sun, I always felt like I came up and out of it because you're trying to look at it, look for the ball so quickly, and tendency was to hit the ball to the right.
Over there, right.
Perfect distance. About 18 feet.
Stockton's birdie putt at 18. Stockton bogeyed 17, finishes at 8 under. Now Albus.
Just a nice solid 6-iron. He likes to work the ball from left to right so he can take it out to the left of the hole. Just a little cut.
Go right ball. Go right ball.
It's a good looking shot. It's also a little left. He's going to be outside of Raymond. He's maybe 30 feet from the hole.
Now Jay Sigel, birdie putt at 18 for a 10 under par 62.
I guess the only question left here is that all he gets is a course record. Will it be enough for a playoff? He just saw Dave Stockton putt right in front of him. It's downhill very quick and moves even quicker to the left.
Not enough speed.
A 9 under par 63. He has a new course record, of course. The other set by Albus during Thursday's first round. Two-time U.S. amateur champion in '82 and '83, the British amateur champion. And here's his reaction as it just curled off to the left.
And
he knew that was playoff labeled. The first since Bob Charles to win the money title back-to-back. Lefty did it in '88 and '89. Stockton now can do it last year and again this year.
And the first senior player to ever go over $1 million in consecutive years.
So back-to-back Arnold Palmer Awards and a nice year. 3 wins for Dave Stockton.
I really didn't want my husband to color his gray hair.
But then I discovered this, the hair coloring called Just for Men.
And now he looks better than ever.
Simply apply Just for Men, and in 5 minutes, rinse. Just for Men blends away the gray for a totally natural look. No wonder 8 out of 10 women prefer the Just for Men look to the gray look.
It's like you took off 10 years.
And in just 5 minutes.
Just for Men. She'll love the way you look.
Nowadays, people have to depend on their cars more than ever, and it's my job at Cadillac to make sure you can. And that's one of the reasons the new DeVille Concours impressed so many people. Our North Star system made this DeVille one of the first cars ever to go 100,000 miles between scheduled tune-ups. You see, there is a car company creating these higher standards because it values your time almost as much as you do. That's my company, Cadillac.
Our ESPN golf team welcomes you back. Final round coverage. It's been a dandy. The Golf Magazine Senior Tour Championship. Jay Sigel in with that 63, a new course record, 13 under. That won't do it for the playoff. Albus and Floyd tied at 14 under. Stockton has clinched the money title. And can Wargo become the 6th millionaire of the year? If he birdies 18, he will accomplish that feat. Back to 17.
Well, we've seen Jim Albus be a little shakier with the putter today than he was the first 3 rounds. Very understandable. Nerves get jumping a little bit. Not a realistic putt you're trying to make. Just roll it up close. Slow down. It was a good run. Probably fortunate that it caught the hole, or it could have slipped another couple of feet past.
Wargo's second shot needs a birdie. He needs $72,000 to cross that $1 million mark.
You be there, baby. Be there.
Well, that should come back. Oh, a little bit unlucky.
Well, our ESPN golf team not finished yet. We'll be heading down to Mexico. Fred Funk, former golf coach, University of Maryland, defending champion. Mark down those times. It starts on Thursday here on ESPN, 4 o'clock Eastern time. We'll see you from Mexico. Rocky Thompson. He was just trying to get out of the way a little while earlier, Andy North, and that's not a good feeling.
No, that's not a good putt either. Rocky has really struggled the last 2 days, has not driven the ball in play like he did the first 2 rounds. And the putter has not worked either.
We pull back from our camera aboard the MetLife blimp up there at about 1,200 feet. Cruising over this Robert Trent Jones masterpiece. It is indeed that. It's a hitter's course. You use every club in the bag, and that's what defending champion Simon Hobday was saying. That's the way it should be in these big events. Now, into the eyes of Raymond Floyd.
Well, you just got to have the feeling, Jim, that Raymond is due to make one of these. We've really not seen him make a lot of putts from this range over the first 3 days. Made a couple of bombs, a couple of real long ones, and several short ones. Move a little bit left to right, just outside the hole left.
Go in. Go in.
Very good effort.
under, heading to the 72nd hole of this championship.
Well, and with today's pin at 18 right on that front portion and kind of a built-in backstop behind it, I can't help but think that one of these two guys will end up making birdie at 18 to win this thing.
Jim Dent won in Birmingham earlier this year at the Bruno's Memorial. Birdied 17, 11 under par. This to finish at 12. Whoa, take a chair. Albus missed one of these earlier, about the same distance.
Well, maybe slightly longer, Jim, but not much. And I can't help but think the reason he missed it was nerves. It looked like the stroke was a little quicker. The head came up a little faster. This is when you got to just take that deep breath and calm yourself and trust your ability.
Wargo for a birdie at 18, and he's got it. He is the 6th millionaire this year. What a great finish. Wargo, a birdie at 17 and another birdie at 18, and he knew it. At 18, here's Frank again.
But Jay, is 63 on your birthday, and all you may get for it is just a course record.
That's okay. Today was a very important day for me, and I was pleased with the way I played.
Well, that should have locked up Rookie of the Year honors for you. I know Graham Marsh is right on your rear, but I think you left him in the dust with that round.
Well, yes, it was close, I think, and today's round, I had to have a good one, and obviously I got, I guess, lucky and.
On the tee at 18, Floyd and Albus.
Raymond's been using 3-wood on this hole the last few days, but the wind was with him. It's now back into him. But the key here is to put the ball in the fairway. Hitting first, I got to believe it's a 3-wood.
It is, Andy. And what an advantage hitting first if you can put it in the fairway.
He's taking it down the left center. It's cutting back to the middle. Very nice.
Go on, man. What you do?
Albus has been hitting his driver. He's driven the ball awfully well all week long, but again, it comes down to one tee shot, maybe for the championship. He's just nailed it right down the right center.
Back to Frank again.
Well, when the year started, what were your expectations? I mean, it looks like you're going to be Rookie of the Year. You've won a tournament. You're up on the money list. You're exempt next year. There couldn't have been anything else, could there?
No, far better than I expected, although I had some lofty goals, and I think that goals are important, particularly those you have to reach for, and I reached as far as I could this year, I think, and I'm very, very happy.
Well, let's go back to today's round now. You've had a real rarity, I think. Anybody can make an eagle, maybe even 2 eagles, but an eagle and a double eagle in the same round.
Well, it's when you play on your birthday, Frank, those things can happen. No, I just, I can't remember the last time I had a double eagle, certainly not in competition, and I haven't had many eagles this year, although I had a bunch of chances. It was a short tap in, and then, of course, to have that 5-wood go in on 15, I didn't even know it was in, really. Everybody was applauding. I just never dreamed that it was in, and Bob Charlescamp said, "Have you had many double eagles?" I said, "Yeah, I've had one," and that was amazing.
Well, have a good winter. Take a little rest. Don't wear yourself out. It's a long year again next year.
Thanks, Frank. I'm pooped. I'm looking forward to some rest. Thanks.
Jay looking at about $115,000 for finishing up third here. A win at Ojai, a great rookie year. Rookie of the Year, Jay Sigel.
There is one glove that wears better and keeps its fit longer than a weather sock. Of course, it'll add a lot of weight to your bag. But Joy Weather Sock, the #1 synthetic glove in golf.
Well, with these Big Bertha irons, I'm hitting it closer to the hole. I'm winning more money, more terms than I ever have in my life. It's obvious that they have improved my game. I think that speaks for itself.
Big Bertha irons at fine golf shops.
I'm Mark Sosin of ESPN Saltwater Journal. Each week we take you with us as we explore the very beautiful but fragile marine environment. Increasing pollution in the form of plastic trash and chemicals threatens to destroy oceans and estuaries. Clean water is essential for our very existence. Please join me in protecting and preserving our water resources. You can make a world of difference.
Ray Floyd, 5 under par today, 14 under for the tournament, tied for the lead, 72nd hole, second shot.
138 yards, just a good solid 9-iron. And does it look good?
Importantly, it is below the hole, so he will be putting uphill, ideal position.
Gary, and Jim Albus has a little bit of a problem. There's one great big tree that overhangs the right edge of this fairway. If he's only has 104 yards, he's going to play a normal height pitching wedge. You could clip the tree. He's going to have to play something a little bit lower, which changes the shot and puts a little bit more pressure on him.
I'm on the left.
Well, a good shot, but that'll leave a putt with quite a bit of break from right to left.
Frank at 18 with Tom Wargo.
Hey, Mr. $1 Million Man, you did it. You stayed right with it, buddy.
Well, I hope that got it, but that wasn't a goal of ours. But as we got near the end, I'm just trying to finish, Frankie.
But you got to be tired. We got you 36, 37 tournaments this year. I don't know how much you've traveled around the world. You're ready for a rest.
Well, yes. We were just hoping we could finish with a nice, decent round, our last round of the year, because it got tiresome. Yeah, I'll grant you that.
Well, the only thing that's going to make you more tired is carting all that dough back to Centralia, Tom. It's been a great year. We look forward to another one next year.
Thanks, Frank, and it's nice to have ESPN along with us also.
Ray Floyd arriving at 18. Kind of some medium vibes. Look at the crowd. I mean, there are over 85,000 people that have turned out here in Myrtle Beach. A great community job, and now walking up with Jim Albus, and it's not over yet. This tournament all set to be here for the next 4 years. Great effort by tournament chairman Mickey McCamish and tournament director Ann Mullen. They love their golf here.
Andy, who would you give the advantage to at this stage?
Well, obviously, we've got to look at Raymond Floyd, but I'll tell you what, I'd love to have that 12-footer knock it in first, put it right back on him. But that also means you got to make it first.
Yeah, and I think Albus certainly with a more difficult putt, not only longer, but with more break in it.
Gary, you know, sometimes when you come down to the last hole of a golf tournament, that 12-footer is easier to make than that 4 or 5-footer, because you can kind of go ahead and make a stroke that is a little bit freer, and, you know, maybe the nerves don't take over quite as much. You got to really feel for Rocky Thompson. I mean, he's played his guts out, and to be just lapped by both of these guys, this is really tough.
It's not a comfortable position to be in, is it, Drew?
Unfortunately, any of us that have played this game have had to get out of the way of guys trying to win tournaments, and you hate to be there, but, you know, you want to do your best and not bother them.
And Rocky going to do the wise thing, going to go ahead and clean it up and leave the stage to be set to the two principal characters.
And Rocky knows about great comebacks. He came from 7 down earlier this year in Tampa to win the GTE Suncoast Classic when he shot a 61 on the final day. He's had a terrific year. Came into the event 22nd on the money list. He'll be up around $550,000 for the year.
Well, here it is, boys. 12 feet, right to left. He's got to get it about a cup out of the hole on the right. This is why you stay out there until dark practicing. day after day for 20 years.
Jim, we said it at the top of the show, in order for him to regroup, he had to maintain his composure. He had to stick to his routine. He did it beautifully. Played the last 8 holes on the back 9, 2 under par.
Raymond from 7 feet, right center of the hole. I can't think of another player I'd like putting this.
How do you do? Those two will do it again. Same hole. They'll go back to the tee. They play the 18th. Albus and Floyd knotted up at 15 under par.
Are you ready for a Ford truck? Are you ready for a good deal?
Darrell Eifert here with big closeout news in Fairborn. Every 1994 model is on sale now.